everyone, what's up? This is Simon from Devdactic and the Ionic Academy. Today we will build a simple calendar with Ionic. So we will integrate a package and we will be able to display a calendar view you might know from iOS or Android inside our app, and we will also be able to add events to our calendar. So I've already started a blank new app, as you can see, and we go ahead and create a new page because we're gonna need a page where we can enter some details for our calendar. Now we need to install a few npm packages. So first Ionic to calendar. Then we want to use moment.js, which helps us to display dates a bit better. And finally, we need this package because the calendar has a dependency to it. And if we don't install it, we will run into an error. Let's wait a second. I think it should be fast. Okay, and we're finished here. Okay, now we need to go to our app.modules.ts and we put the ng calendar module to our imports. And of course, we need to import it from should be Ionic to calendar. All right, that's all for here. Let's continue with our current homepage. So we add view title and we will set this title in a second. And we also need some buttons. So Ion buttons, we want them to be at the end, and then a button, Ion button, icon only because it's in the navbar and we only want to show the icon there. And this will trigger add event, which will open our modal page we've created in the first step. So Ion icon name, perhaps add, and we're good. The interesting part is now integrating our calendar. And the calendar has a few options we can or need. So first of all, we need an event source, and this will be an array of events which fill up our calendar. Let's close it so I don't forget about it. Okay. Then we got the calendar mode, and we will set this to a variable .mode. We can use either the day view, a week view, or a month view, and in our case we will pick the month view. So we can mark the current date, and this will also be inside our variable. And now there are a few options we can listen to events. So on event selected means we have clicked or tapped an event from a list below the calendar, and we simply call on event selected, which we of course need to implement. Then we got something on title changed, and this will happen when we swipe, for example, to a new month of the calendar. And then we can update our view title up here in the on view title changed. I don't even know if we need the event, but let's keep it there. And finally, we got on time selected, means we have selected a day or an hour, and we want to store this as well, because once we're opening a new event, we will pick the currently selected time as an initial time for our calendar. So finally, step is, I think it's even for the day view, so we can make chunks of 30 minutes. And finally, we add the class calendar. I'm not completely sure if we need this class, but let's see. Okay, currently it will not compile, I'm pretty sure, because we have referenced quite a few variables. So let's create them. First of all, the event source. We can make this an empty array in the beginning. Then we got the view title, which is of the type string simply. And the selected day will be just the current date. Okay, selected day, like this. Now we had the calendar. Perhaps we can open the split view here. So, okay, perfect. Then we got the calendar. Sorry. I need more coffee, I think. We got the calendar and we need to specify our mode. And we said we wanted to have the month view. And then we got the current date, which is, actually it's the selected day. But I'm not completely sure if this will work. Let's see. And of course we have not yet defined some of our callbacks, so I guess it will still crash, yes. So what we had was on view title changed, and we had on time selected, and we had on event selected. Okay, now it might not crash anymore perhaps. And we can also go ahead, because on view title changed, we will simply set our current view title to the new title. And you can already see that we got this beautiful, really good looking calendar view almost out of the box. So if we change the month, you see up there our view title changes. Currently we don't have any events, and perhaps at this time I can show you the week view as well. Another idea would be, let's say you pick a date and then you drill down into a week view or a day view. But as you can see, the week view is interesting. So you would have to do some fine tuning here to get this week view to be like it should be. But the day view actually is okay, I think. I think that's fine for a day view. You can start with this, but back to our case, we go to the month. So what we need, we got all of this, I think. So let's close this side and go back here. On time selected, we simply set our current selected day to the event.selected time. So we will always update our variable. And for on event selected, yeah, I forgot, of course, add event, where we need to open our modal view. But therefore we need the modal controller and import it from Ionic Angular. So once we call on event selected, we just want to present it in a cool little alert view just for debugging. And here we use moment. And if we want to use moment, we need to fix the TypeScript error, or we just need to import it as moment from moment. So now we can use everything from moment.js. So if we go back here, we got the event.start time, and we make it in a quite extensive format, but so we got the most information out of it. And we got the end time, and finally we create an alert view. Okay, I need the alert as well. I don't know why my auto import is not working anymore like it used to be, but anyway, we create the alert view. We got the title directly from the event, so we can use event.title as a subtitle. We craft a string, So the event will go from our start date, and then we make a line break to the end. And finally, buttons, well, just okay, because this is just an information for us. So alert present, and we're good here as well. Okay, so all of this was quite funny, but actually we can't see any events by now. So let's change this. As said, we use our modal, which we've created. So we created, we use lazy loading, so event modal page just as a string. And we also pass the selected day, which is this dot selected day. Now we can present it just and do the action from our modal page to add the data if we would have some data service, but in this example we just have our event source here, so that's why we call an onDidDismiss, and this will be called once we leave the modal view. And at this point, if we got some data back, we know we should add a new event. So we use the data and then transform a bit of that data. Start time, because sometimes it was wrong for me. It just came as a string. So we make sure that the start time is a date the calendar can understand. And end time. Now also a little trick, as our event source, if you would just push the new event, it would not automatically be displayed only when we reload the page. So we use a little trick here. We assign the current event source to events. We push our new event, and then we set the event source to an empty array, and then we set a timeout. Okay, don't hate me, it works. And then we can use it, and the view will be updated. Okay, so now to the last missing piece of our calendar, which is the event modal page. Go back here, whatever, event details. If you like to, you can also add a dismiss button. I will just skip this for now, because we don't want this video to be too long. So inside the event details, we will craft some Ion items with Ion inputs, just to fill the basic needs for an event. And we will also just use ngModel, no reactive form here. This is just okay for now. So the first one is the event title, and then we need a few more of these. So what? Yeah, we can also, yeah, perhaps use an Ion label here, because it's not so easy to see the start and end time. And this is now an Ion date time, because we need a date picker, and the display format should be like month, day, year, hour, and minutes. And same counts for the picker format. It's perhaps not the best way. If you have a better one, just let me know. And make sure that we set it as the start time. So for the second one, for the end, it's of course the end time, but the picker is more or less the same. If you want, you could also specify something like the min date. So then we won't be able to insert past events, but this is of course up to you. One more Ion label, because we need to check if this is an all-day event. This is then of course only a checkbox, so add it here, and this is stored in event.allday. Finally, below the list, we need a button to submit all of the fun we have created. Full, perhaps an icon to the left side, and on click we save it. Name, I think checkmark should work here. And the text add event. Okay, we're pretty close to being finished, so let's wrap it up. You can see here title is not defined, whatever. We need to create our variable for the ng model, and we set the start time in case we don't get any time to a new date, and we need to transform it to an ISO string so the date picker can use it. Same for the end time, just to set some general settings, and perhaps all day should in the beginning also be false. As I said, we also can specify a min date, so if you want to do this, just go ahead and do the same again. Let's go to our constructor, because here we can grab a reference to our pre-selected date. And first of all, this is in this .nav params.get selected day. Is it selected day or date? Day, okay. Selected day. But we need to transform this a bit. So again, we make use of moment.js. We call moment dot format, and this will be enough to format it to something useful. And now, if we got the pre-selected date, we can also set our start time to the pre-selected date, and same counts for the end time. Perhaps we don't need to set it, but anyways. Finally, our save function is where we pass the information which we stored in our event back to our parent view, which is home. And we need the view controller, which is also from Ionic Angular. So now we can use this .view controller dismiss and just put our event into as a property of the function, and then it will end up right here. So if we made everything correct by now, it should work. So let's say we want to add a date for this, 20th of June. Yes, we can see it is selected. Perhaps there's an Ionic workshop. Let's leave it like this, and maybe it goes a few days. So until then, 4 days, and perhaps it's also an all-day event. And now we can see all the days of the all-day event are marked, and if we click on the event, we see the alert coming up from Tuesday to Saturday. Of course, we can also make it just a few hours. So Academy course preparation. And then we see here we got the all-day event, and here we got this single event, which is from whatever 12 to 4. Okay, so this is our calendar view. I don't know if we now change it to week, how it would look like, but not so super cool, I guess. But basically, we add the Ionic 2 calendar npm package. We craft our view of the calendar around some sources, variables, and functions. And then we are able to display the data, change all the times, catch all the events we need, and also add new events. So if you want to add new events, make sure that the event you push to your event source is correctly formatted so that you got start time, end time, all day, title with exactly those names. This view is I don't know, really interesting. And as I have refreshed, my data is gone right now. So let's go back to the month view. So the end picture looks good here. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos of Ionic, and also head over to the ionicacademy.com to get a complete Ionic learning all in one platform that will help you to make progress a lot faster. I hope to see you next time, so enjoy your day.